Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. This video is going to be my monthly haul for September. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today's video is going to be my monthly haul for September. I'm filming this a little bit in advance, else I won't have time to film it. And I know there are still a couple of things making its way to me, and I'm going to be posting a video before this one goes live. But I don't have all the products for that yet. I'm still waiting, and I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter if it's a bit out of order and I can show those products in another video next month. It doesn't really matter, and I'm just itching to show you what I got in London. So this is mainly what I got in London and some Clionadh bits. If you're unfamiliar with the channel, then hi, my name is Maaike. I live in the Netherlands. I have fair skin with a cool to neutral undertone, and that just means that I have different preferences than most people, and I'm interested in different things than most people in the online beauty community. I love reviewing makeup. I've been doing it for more than a decade, and of the things I like to review, it's mostly eyeshadow palettes, essence, and couture's, but I also really like getting the use out of my makeup and not only chasing the newest of the new, but also going back to old favorites. So if you're here for that, I would like to consider subscribing. Everything pretty much is London, save for this. And what's in here are a bunch of Clionadh singles, because I already said it at the start of the year when I talked to you guys about things I wanted to get this year. I was hoping that Clionadh would do a full restock of their stained glass eyeshadows and then do a discount. And they did so in July. So I kept track of the brand on Instagram, and every month they were announcing their rolling restock, but every single time there were always a few shades that I wanted to get that weren't going to be available, and I was like, with Clionadh, because it's so expensive to get it shipped over, I need to be able to buy this many shades in one go for it to be worth it. So this was expensive. You're looking at almost 200 euros worth of eyeshadow at the minute, which I'm not proud of, but yeah, I can use my AdSense money to do this kind of, like, that's the way it kind of works. So this was sort of like that purchase for this month, you could definitely say. So yeah, that's AdSense money well spent, I think. I will show you a little video that I already did where I show these shades close up and also the swatches, so you can see what these do, because these are multichromes, and just looking at them like this, you're not going to see anything. I don't remember exactly which one is which. I did take pictures of all of these, so I have, like, when I go through my camera roll, then I'll know which it is, but I'll quickly just tell you which shades are in here. And I know with some of them, I'm pretty sure that I know. So I'm pretty sure that this is Diadem. Then one of these ones is going to be Hilt. I know that one of these green tones, I think this one, is Citron. Then these white ones are Glint, Glimmer, Glisten, UV, and Aura. Because that's my favorite kind of multichrome to actually wear, is these white bases, like a transparent base, but then they have the flash. These are really great topped over other things as inner corner highlights. These are stunning to go with pastel shades. I really love them. In terms of like getting use out of multichromes, these are the kinds I get the most use out of. So I didn't get anything that was too sort of like deep leaning. And I got mainly some of the Earth Vibrant multichromes, because that was a formula they launched last year, and then I didn't have the budget, so I still wanted to try some of them. From the Earth Vibrant multichromes, I have Royal Plum, Iron Gate, Statue Garden, Duchess, I kept the packing list so I could tell you, Mural, and then Cobblestone, and then from their new dimensional multichrome, I have Redox and Solder, and I believe that's these two on the end here. So that's a new formula that they're doing. They came out with some more shades, but I just felt these were the ones that I wanted to get. So I still have a bit of a wish list for Clionadh shades, because there are so many of these stained glass eyeshadows that you can keep going until the end of time, I think. But I first want to make sure I try these and see whether I like it right now, reorganize some things. I'm thinking of doing like a single eyeshadow palette week thing in October to like dedicate some videos to single shadows, and reorganizing and using these and putting them all into like a multichrome theme palette. is going to be one of the things I want to do as part of that. So in October, you can expect me to have a play with these for sure. Not sure whether I'll do that on camera or not. I've just thought of these ideas and I was like, oh, it might be nice to talk about some singles again, because that's definitely something I want to show you more in depth. Everything else I've got for you is London, and that's not even it, because let me start with the boring stuff. I went to Boots. So I think by now you will have seen my vlog. Maybe not all of it, because I ended up vlogging so much that I have enough for like 2 or 3 videos, which I hadn't realized. But yeah, on one of the first days I was there, I went to Boots. And I got my favorite shower gel. This is the Original Source Tea Tree and Mint. I like this. I still have one left that I bought last year. So I decided not to get the largest size, but just these mini ones. Or the regular size ones, I should say. These used to be £1 a piece, and now they're £1.50. Cost of living crisis, everyone. Also going on in the UK. This is a deodorant. I think I've tried Mitchum in the past, but this is unperfumed or unscented. And this is apparently one of those really good, like, so you won't sweat kind of deodorants. And this was on sale, so I got that. And then this was also on sale, which is why I got 3. I thought I'll buy 2. No, but then it said that it was buy 3 for 2. So I got all 3 of the Soap and Glory Smoothie Body Butter, Smoothie Star Body Butter. And this is my favorite body butter from Soap and Glory. This is my favorite scent. And it's always out of stock when I go to London. If you go to the Boots in Piccadilly Circus, it's impossible to find it. But I went to Westfield to go to this place, Sephora, and there they had a Boots that had plenty of them. So I could actually make use of the discount. This is lovely because it's shea butter, pistachio, almond, and coconut oil. This is one of the most hydrating body butters I've ever found that isn't too thick, sinks in really quickly, gets the job done, and smells like roasted pistachio nuts. I love this stuff, which is why, like, this is now the only butter I want to use. I've always gone through the one that I bought last year, so it was time to stock up. And unlike my usual hauls, I've actually kept everything in the bags for this one, because I thought it would be fun for the thumbnail to show you everything I got. So I got some Glossier, because there's a Glossier store in London. It's the only one outside of the US, I believe. And so I did that because we cannot order Glossier in the Netherlands. They don't allow us to order. So I just got a couple of bits. The one thing I really went in for was their new cloud paint in the shade Wisp. And that's what's on my face today, because I'm so excited for all of these things that I purchased that I already wanted to try some. And I've kept everything in the boxes so I can show you all aesthetically what it looks like, but I've swatched everything already. So this is what it looks like, and it's a lavender. It looks more pink on the box than it does. It's a true lavender, and because of the Glossier formula, Glossier, of course, everything has to be very sort of sheer and blendable. It's super easy to work with. So many of you are always asking me for cool tone blush recommendations, and I think I want to put like a video together in like November or December after I've tried this a little bit more and I know what the quality is actually like. I know I like the cloud paints. I've tried another one in the past. I have another shade, but they didn't have anything that was too cool toned in the entire range, which is why when I first bought Glossier in New York a couple of years ago, I didn't pick up any of the cloud paints because they didn't have anything that was going to be suitable for my skin tone, I thought. And then I found that one of their deeper shades was okay because it had a cool undertone, but Wisp is that cool tone lavender that we've all been looking for. So loving that. I've never tried their balm.com, and then I saw that they had a wild fig version, and it's got a tint. And I'm currently all about the tinted lip balm, lip oil, like just put something on the go kind of thing. I like the packaging and the scent of this. I'm not a scent loving person at all. You guys know that about me, but this, it smells truly like fig and not chemical fig. It smells like a fresh, ripe fruit fig. I don't know how they did it, but I love it. And then last but not least, I got one of their eyeshadow palettes. This is the one I passed up on last year I did a full face of Glossier last year. And for the occasion, I bought one of their 3 trios. But I went with the taupey one, and I was very much on the fence whether I should get this. I got it. This is in the shade Mist, and it's the other cool toned color story they do, and I love it. So I already know I like this formula, so that's why I first wanted to try that one. And now that I've tried the other palette, I was like, yeah, then I can buy another one because I do really enjoy these. I didn't get a lot of eyeshadow, by the way. This is like one of 3 eyeshadow things I got, just so you know. Then very excited for me, they now have Sephora in the UK, which is a long time coming, I think. They used to be in the UK years ago. There was a Sephora years ago, but then they didn't have certain brands. And I had heard horror stories about this store. It's located in the Westfield Mall near Shepherd's Bush Station. That mall has been there for years. I actually shopped there years ago, like back when I first started going to London every year. I went there on like a rainy day to do some shopping. It's humongous. They also have a cinema there, so I went to see Barbie. It was a good time, but I went there specifically for Sephora. It's currently the only Sephora in all of the UK, so expect it to be busy. They had like ropes outside for people to line up. That's how busy it gets, and as I was in the store browsing, there was a line forming outdoors. So I understand why people are angry and why people say, oh, it's just not the same as it is in the US, for 2 reasons. 1, it's the only store in all of the UK. People are flocking to this store like there's no tomorrow, so it's much busier than when you go to the ones in the US. It just is. Number 2, the UK is not the US, so the kind of customer service you get, I've had this experience as well in Italian and German and French Sephoras, is going to be different than the one you're going to get in the US. So if you, as a European, have only ever been to a Sephora in New York, for instance, because that's where most Europeans go, or LA, you're not going to get that because that's just not part of our culture. So if you want help, you're going to have to get up and walk up to a sales associate yourself and ask. And then they are incredibly helpful. There was a lady going around the store cleaning the testers. I've never seen that happen in any Sephora I've ever been to. So they are definitely trying to do the best they can with the amount of like business they're just generating. So I think it was a good move for Sephora to finally team up with Feel Unique and get it done. And it was like being a kid in a candy store. I'm not gonna lie, because they have the brands that you cannot get in France, and that they don't ship to the Netherlands as well. So I almost bought too much. I had so many things in my little shopping bag, and I decided to not take most of it with me. I was like, okay, I'm just really going to focus on the things I know I'll struggle finding. So I almost bought a blush for Makeup by Mario, but that I can buy online because I bought one of the Makeup by Mario bronzer things, their skin enhancer, from the Sephora website because they ship to the Netherlands, but not all of the products ship to the Netherlands. But they have one size. They have that Gwen Stefani brand. They have House Labs. They have Kosas in store. The only brand I was kind of missing in the store was Rare Beauty, but Rare Beauty in the UK is sold at Space NK as well, and the Rare Beauty stuff is sold online. So they do carry Rare Beauty on the website, it's just not physically in the store, but you can just literally go one floor down and find Space NK, and that's where you'll find Rare Beauty if you are going to this specific Sephora. I had a great experience. The lady who helped me pick the foundation shade in this House Labs foundation was amazing. Turns out the House Labs foundation comes in warm, neutral, and cool, and they are using the MAC system where everything that's labeled warm has the pink undertone. So if you were interested in this and you wanted to buy it online, which is a mistake I almost made, I now have a very different shade that I came away with than I had expected. This is what the bottle looks like. Looks stunning on. We applied some of it to my face the day I went there, and it was lovely. I have it in 060 Fair Warm. So, oh, where does it go? There. And then also from House Labs, I got their lip tint. This is just their PhD hybrid lip oil in the shade Tint, because this comes in different shades. And I'm glad I picked it up, because Catrice now does a line of lip oils that looks exactly shade-wise like the shades that come in the Haus Labs one, so I can compare the formulas. That's going to be fun. So yeah, Haus Labs lip oil, I wanted to try it, so got that, and I can't order that online. And this I'm not sure I can get online, but I just bought it. It's the Refi Brow Tint. This, everybody is going gaga for this, and I did use it already to see how it worked. And it works quite well, actually. It has that really weird ball thing on the end. Seems to be a nice brow gel, but yeah, I'm currently still good for brow gel because I'm making my way through my NYX Stick It. And when that one is no longer good, I'm going to be going back to this one. And then I went to this store, but there's stuff in this bag that's not just from this store, because I don't always need a bag wherever I go. But I found another brand that I can't buy anywhere except if I go to London. At Liberty, they now sell Jones Road. So I got the What the Foundation, because I'm curious, because I've only seen oily skinned people trying this and saying it's crap. But I have very dry skin, especially in the winter time. And this is more like, this is very oil based, and you look like a grease ball when you wear it. The lady put this on in the store. It looked beautiful. It wore beautiful on the skin because I wore it for the rest of the day on a very, very warm day. And this looked amazing. I felt really good. It does smell very strongly of like a citrusy scent. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to like that if I use it long term, but we'll see. So far, so good. I loved it. And I got one of their Miracle Balms, and this has a, wait, let me show you the shade of this foundation. So this is what it looks like. It's in the shade Porcelain. And then I got their Miracle Balm as well. This is in the shade Tawny, which is a shade I didn't think I was gonna get. Again, something I've already tried. It comes with a very hard top layer, which you need to get through. So the lady recommended to scoop some of it out and warm it up on the back of your hand, that's best. So this is what it looks like. Again, that very heavy citrusy scent. And this is one of those multi-purpose products. You can use this on the lips. You can use it as a cheek balm. You can use it as an eye gloss. It can be used as like an all-round color product. And the lady picked this shade out. And when she pulled it out, like, would you like to try this to put some color back into your face? And I was like, is that going to work for me? That looks very brown. It's a mauve. It's like a plummy mauve shade. It looks so stunning. On my lips, it's like my lips, but better. On my cheeks, it's very much that natural flush. Again, if you want to look like a grease ball, which is always my aim, try some Jones Road. And then, finally, I'm finally trying this brand. I talked last year about how I went to Phoenix to try some Trini London, and then they just were very unhelpful, and none of the people there working, they weren't even open to answer any questions, which was weird. But this time they were. So because they were a bit more helpful, I came away with 2 of their eyeshadows and 1 of their lip products. So I have the Eye to Eye in the shade Mystery, which is this really nice taupe. We need to stay on brand. And then this is the Lip Luxe in the shade Pippa. Ooh, I'm dropping things. And it's this really nice like raspberry red, like very nice bright fuchsia red. Love it. Oh, I'm still dropping things. And finally, I bought another Eye to Eye in the shade Chalice, which is one of their smoky shades, and I think it can go really nicely with Mystery. So some of the eye products, some of the lip products, and Trini always just puts her eye products everywhere and the lip products everywhere. So I'm gonna see if I can use that lip product as a blush, even though it's not marketed as such. But actually, this Selfridges bag has a couple of things from Selfridges in, but it's the heaviest thing I've got because it's all of the drugstore stuff I bought. There was so much good stuff at the drugstore, you guys, let me tell you. Last year, I couldn't find anything, and this year, I found all the good bits. So let me show you. But before we get to it, I need to tell you about some of the products I picked up from Selfridges, which is why it was in that bag. I got the REM lip oil. This is one I've been wanting to try for a while, mainly for the formula, because the shade is just clear, but it's the blue one, because it's the only one that was in stock. It has a very strange applicator. So we'll see how it goes. But this is the mint condition one, which I just thought I could give a whirl. And then 2 of the Lisa Eldridge Velveteens. And when I had already come home and I took it out of the bag, I saw they gave me the wrong shade, which is a bit of a shame. But it was a very, the counter itself, it wasn't messy, but so much of it was out of stock that I think something went wrong because of that, because it had all these containers in the drawers and I think they just couldn't find it. But yeah, I got Rain, which is the one I didn't want, but these pull darker on your lips than the shades in the regular line do. They swatch darker as well. And then I bought the one that I did want. I wanted Jazz, but so much of it was out of stock. This is Muse. I think I'm gonna love this. It's more like a liquefied lipstick than a liquid lipstick. So these don't have that weird dry down that won't budge that we know from liquid lipsticks. So I'm very curious to try these on my lips because I haven't worn them yet. And as I mentioned, lots and lots of stuff. There was a 342 from Superdrug on all makeup. So I bought a little bit more than I had anticipated. In my new makeup releases, at the time I said I don't need to try the e.l.f. wands, but then they had all 3 of them in stock at Boots and I got all 3. I think I like them better than the Charlotte Tilbury ones, especially the contour one. From Collection! Who remembers Collection? Like this concealer, the Lasting Perfection Concealer, now comes in a hydrating formula. Where have I been? And then they also did the Hydra Serum Foundation. I bought this in Extra Fair, shade 4, and this in Porcelain. And again, I've already tried these out and they're a match and they seem to be okay. I haven't worn it out for an entire day or anything, so I still need to test it some more. Finally got my hands on these guys. I've been wanting to try the Milani Fetish lipsticks for such a long time. They do a purple. This is called Kink. And this bright pink is Voyeur. Last year, I already spotted these blushes from MUA, but all of the shades I was interested in at the time had sold out. These retail for £3 and they're dupes for the Glossier Cloud Paint. So I bought 3 shades. I got Razzleberry, I got Dusky Rose, and Watermelon. So something bright, something neutral, and something that I think is more cool toned. This Dusky Rose one, I thought might be very warm, but it pulls like a cool toned pink. It's got a really nice, lovely bluish base, really nice mauve tone. So loving that. Look, the swatches were amazing. I loved it. And then also from Superdrug, I picked up some of their name brand. They said this was new. I'm not sure how long this has been around, but this is the Studio London by Superdrug brand. And they did a face gloss. So a cream highlighter that's clear. It has no glitter. It's just a gloss for your cheekbones. I'm intrigued. This was £5. £5 a pop. And then one of their cream blushes in the shade Embrace. And this is also really nicely cool toned. It looks far more red in the packaging than what it does when it actually goes onto the cheeks. It's far more plummy. This is what's on my lips. I found Mina in Superdrug in the UK. They have this brand in the UK at Superdrug. Ah! I loved it. So this is that new, what's it called again? The Color Lip Glow. These are new from the brand. I saw these on Instagram and it was instantly like, I want to try it. So I bought the one bright pink shade that I really wanted to try just to give it a whirl. This was £16, so also in England, they're a bit more expensive. My favorite brow product, the Soap & Glory Archery Brow Pencil. I had to pick a backup of that, but I still had like one of them left, so I only bought the one. And I said I didn't buy a lot of eyeshadow because the only other eyeshadow I got is these 2 babies from MUA. This is the Andromeda Skies and Enchantment. That's what it's called. So both of them are quite cool toned. This just reminds me, like it's again that Natasha Denona sort of mini vibe. Catrice 5 in a box. This is a bit more smoky. I can't wait to try these out. So that's all I got in the UK. So that's my London haul. That was most of it, as I mentioned. So thank you so very much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed watching what I got when I was in London and those Clionadh bits. And yeah, of course, I'm going to be testing all of this out and you can expect me to roll this into Shop My Stashes and to do all of the reviews over on the blog. And as I do those reviews, that's when I'll be posting all of the swatches and doing all that. So if that's something you were missing here today, This is a very exceptional haul where I have actually already tried stuff. Very often I haven't even managed to take in pictures when I sit down to film these videos, which is why I don't do swatches in videos like this. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it today. Thank you so very much for being here. Thumbs up this video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more by me. I make several videos every single week, and I hope you would like to stay tuned for more, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye.